The work of the opponent in our lives is now clear as its intended purposes. However, this is only the first step. An important step, of course, very important, because it is the beginning of the reconquest of our interior spaces. But it is still an intellectual step, meaning that it is not supported by an understanding of our entire whole. At present, we may be intellectually in agreement with what we saw and heard so far, or not. Or we could feel a current that emotionally shakes us and somehow makes us vibrate in harmony with this message. But both in one case and another, there is no difference. The forces that we have given the name of the opponent will continue relentlessly to do their work until we will get into action, because the only difference is taking action. What does it mean to take action? It means to feel deeply within us the need and desire to break free from the mental and temporal world created by the opponent for its own use and consumption. It means being tired of creating suffering for ourselves and consequently for the world around us. It means recognizing that we are at the mercy of uncontrolled thoughts and emotional currents that push us back and forth like puppets. Without these premises, we will not take action, and not taking action, we will remain at the mercy of the opponent. There is no alternative to this rule. But when we decide to take action, then we should know how to act to reconquest ourselves. And it is just here that all the traditions of inner research, in some way rooted in truth, concentrate their attention. All, without no exception, give indications different in form, but equivalent in substance, to ensure the human being regains himself. This is one of the supreme wonders of our universe. Many, infinite ways for a single direction. We have the choice, not the selection. Infinite ways. Just one direction. Therefore, seeking to grasp the abstract matrix of the various ways that have the aim of creating the frame of mind of reconquest in a human being, we can isolate a path, a way that leads to understanding, then to consciousness, then to liberation. A path that leads us to have enough personal energy to settle in ourselves what we are gradually learning. A journey that teaches us to see and act for ourselves, following the currents of our connection with the infinite, which can never be lost, only blurred. this is not a path of successive stages that lead somewhere. We can say that this is a parallel path where each element is built and fed in parallel to others. The aim is to collect and release as much energy as to trigger the consciousness and restrict to the minimum the leaks of energy caused by the opponent. Consciousness means attention. Attention means energy. This path, this journey, this way, of course, is based on the observation of the work of the opponent in the lives of human beings, in our life, and then on the better way of action that limits to a minimum, up to completely stop the related draining of energy. However, it's better to be clear. Apart from very rare exceptions, the path that leads to the liberation is not easy. Is not immediate, is not short, is not simple. Short periods of emotional connection with the higher worlds of consciousness are not indicators of a change, but only a concealment of the opponent in a time when our energy is high in some way. The true transformation is arriving to see what it really is. And once we have seen, asking ourselves whether to change or not becomes perfectly futile. Simply, we will act accordingly, and that's all. In any case, our goal, the goal of all human beings, is to live the best life they can live, in serenity and peace, in energy and strength, in understanding, integrity and compassion. Isn't it what we all want in the end? Liberation can also be a meaningless thought, but living an intense, happy, strong and full life, which is a right of every human being, it is absolutely reasonable, and it is also the one to which the opponent stands out against. Then, even just to reach a state like this, it may be worth to act and live, consciously diffusing the targeted sabotages of the opponent to our totality. Now, let's see what weapons, nothing more than frames of mind and inner feelings, we have to fight and stop the work of the opponent in our lives. These weapons, these feelings, are exactly what we normally don't do, and this is the reason why they are so indigestible to the opponent. It is not able to stop their positive effects. Effects that are cumulative if our practices resist. Effects leading later to such an increase of energy and consciousness to give us the strength to finally engage in the one true confrontation that awaits us. The confrontation for excellence in front of us, which everyone, one day, will have to necessarily pass. The confrontation which we will call, from now on, the gate of the desert.